Welcome to my first video. I've just got a unit here that has failed, not worth fixing, so I'm just going to introduce myself and pull it to pieces for any parts that I might be able to use. So the name of the channel is 3D Printers and More. So I apologise that I'm not starting with a 3D printer, but they will come. I'll start by introducing you to my small little mini printer, and then I'll go on to the bigger printer and some other projects. But for now, we're just pulling this little thing apart. So this is a 240 to, sorry, it's a 12 volt to 240 adapter. Relatively cheap little unit. But already I can see that there's some good parts for me in there. So I like working on little projects, little kits and things. So getting things like these little on-off switches, quite useful for me. A fan, so that's actually a good sized fan, so it's nice and small. Looks like it could be quite a high volume one, so this could be really nice for actually one of the 3D printing projects. These terminals are always useful, so actually I'm going to cut it off there. I'll keep the flying lead on the terminal. May come in useful at some stage. So might be able to use this just for, like I say, another project where I need to be able to plug in some power leads. So I actually like pulling apart old equipment. Don't really do it from a scrapper's point of view. I know a lot of people do strip out componentry for the scrap value. I tend to like to strip it out for the bits and pieces that I will then keep and repurpose for something else. I'm not sure I like how their board's mounted, but however, doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, so the problem with this unit is that it throws into protection. I have to admit I'm not not very knowledgeable on switch mode power supplies. Not something I'm very good at, though I have started to learn a little bit more through watching other YouTube videos, just to gain a little bit of knowledge. So now, when I said I don't scrap, I mean, that's a little bit of a lie, but it's not generally my main purpose. So something like a bit of alloy like that, I will keep because it'll be useful. But you know what I tend to do, I just tend to pop it into a bag, and if I ever get a trip to the scrap dealer, the bag will come with me and I'll have to start again. But that's not my main purpose. I mean, it's worth sod all, you know, as scrap, but as something that I can use on another project, and even a flat bit of alloy, you know, it's useful for all sorts of things. But this one here is a heatsink. That's a nice heatsink, you know, so that'll be coming useful. These things I keep a few. I probably won't keep these ones because I actually have so many. We have some interesting, there we go. Oh, look at that one. I think we found the problem, don't you? Blown out component. So sort of going, maybe I can fix this one, but no, I won't bother. Don't really have a use for. So let's just pull out these. Don't normally keep the LEDs, but they got nice long flying leads on them, so they'll be useful. Fuse will be useful. There we go, look at that. It blew itself right off. I believe the official term for that is it's toast. So, you know, the thing for me with switch modes is I don't really enjoy working with mains potential a lot. And yes, I have some understanding of how the switch modes work. I'm no expert, and what I've found in the past is the ones that I have looked at, you know, I might replace that, and then I'll find because that's gone, it's taken out one of the ICs, or you know, something else has gone on it as well. So, you know, that board's not worth a lot. Not much else I'll pull off it, to be honest. Doesn't have a good multi-pack bridge rectifier, so I won't, yeah, not much value there. That'll probably be too hard to pull off, and they're not very expensive to buy. So what have I got this useful? So board, no. Oops, sorry for the noise. So useful, these are useful, 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 kind of useful, and I do keep all the screws and things. I've got jars and jars and bags of sorted screws. This, no, I think I'll throw that away. Yeah, I think I'll bin that. I'd rather use a proper single fit plug rather than using this multi adapter. Just because I think the single use one will be a bit safer. So that's it for the teardown. So, you know, a few little bits and pieces for me. Unfortunately for now, I'll have to put the plastic into recycling or landfill. There's no numbers on it, so I don't know what sort of plastic it is. Yeah, no, I don't know what sort of plastic that is, so I can't see any numbers on there anywhere. The board will just go into my scrap board pile. This will go into my alloy bag, and this will go into my, well, that'll go into the rubbish, and these will just go into my electronics parts bin. So that's it for that. So just a little bit about what I'm into. So I've got a couple of 3D printers. I like 3D printers a lot. Really enjoyed having them. So I've got a little mini one which sits on my desk. Really useful for just printing out little bits and pieces. I do a few little bits and pieces. I was going to show you one, but if I do, I'll probably knock everything flying, so I'll leave that. Oh, here's something. So this is just something that I've 3D printed. It's to support some aluminium rails, so I've got more than one, and that's actually just the base for another project that I'm working on, which I will put some video on before too long. I've got a bigger one which I bought over the Christmas period, which is just one of those ANET copies, ANET type copies. Nice useful little printer. I'm also bought another ANET type copy. They're a slightly different one. Managed to get another brand new one at a really good price, and I'm building that one from the ground up as a CNC machine. So I'm not really converting a 3D printer to a CNC machine, but I'm using 3D printer parts to make a CNC machine, kind of my own design from the ground up without working to plans, and whether or not it'll be a success will yet to be seen, but there will be video on that as well. So that's it from me. I know that there's nobody on my channel yet, clearly, because I've put no videos up. Hopefully that people may get some value or some interest with what I want to do. We can only see. But if you have watched this video, thank you for watching. I'd love it if you would subscribe, and I'd love a like or two. Just be really interesting to see what people think of the videos. Thank you for your time.